Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through here on this Thursday evening, and for all of you who've tuned in live from around the country. We do appreciate your time with us, and we hope this evening that it's valuable time spent and that you're not left here this evening disappointed that your friend has dragged you out on your Thursday night when you could have been doing something else. It is our hope, and it is normally our outcome, that we're able to transfer just some of the excitement we have about what we're doing here at DuePoint during these presentations. And this is the beginning of a journey for you in finding out what DuePoint is and what we are. There is plenty more than just this presentation this evening that you can look at, and I encourage you to do so. Before we start though, ladies and gentlemen, please understand that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That's important for a couple of reasons. First of all, we're not from overseas. This is not one of those things that's blown in to take your money and then blow out again. You've had plenty of those, I'm sure. There's been a whole bunch of them going on and around us recently. I saw FNB shut the accounts of a whole bunch of them this week. Did you see that, Dawn? Jeez, that's amazing. So anyway, so we're quite used to that in South Africa, and so many people are immediately like, what is this thing? We're a homegrown South African company. More importantly than that, we are a listed life and short-term insurance company. We've been around since 1952. That makes us nearly 7 decades old. We're not new, we're not foreign, and we're not private. This is a public company. Everything about us is public, and you can find it on the internet. You can go visit the regulators, etc., etc. We want you to have a sense of comfort in who you are dealing with here this evening. You might not have heard of DuePoint, but that's not our fault. That's really your fault. By the end of this evening, though, you'll be able to tell everybody else, no, I do know who DuePoint is. DuePoint is the division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Folks, about nearly half a decade ago, we launched this division in Constantia, and we launched it to try and solve the problem we have in South Africa today. It was already a problem back then. It was probably a problem 5 years earlier than that. But as South Africans, having survived so much in our history, we were in denial. And that is that we were already starting to find ourselves in a position of financial crisis. This was confirmed just a few weeks ago by our president, who publicly stated South Africa is once again in financial crisis. I don't think he should have used the word once again. I think he should have said we continue to be in financial crisis. What does that mean for you and me on the ground? Because most South Africans stick their heads in the sand and hope it goes away. They don't even understand what financial crisis is when it is affecting them directly. What it means is that you as a South African citizen cannot control your income. You have no way of increasing or securing your income. You have no way of doing it. You can come and chat with me afterwards, and I will demonstrate to you how, no matter how secure you think your job is, or how secure you think your business is, or how secure you think your sales skills are, in South Africa today, you do not have the ability to secure or control your income. In addition, we as South African citizens do not have the ability to control our expenditure. If you are watching prices, you would have noticed that for the last 2 decades, as individuals on the ground, prices have been rising continuously. I love the fact that we're told that it's 6% per annum as inflation. It is not for me, not in my household. And as you read through what the economists have been writing over the last 2 decades, I can assure you it is not 6%, it's closer to 20 to 25% per annum. Now, you've got to understand how that starts to compound after 2 decades. This is why cars that you could buy 2 decades ago for 300,000 Rand now cost 2 million Rand 2 decades later, same car. Okay? That is why you could once buy a car for 30,000 Rand brand new, and now it's 190,000 Rand. That is what compounding inflation looks like, and it is the scenario we're in. And what did our president say a few weeks ago? You can go and watch it on YouTube. Right after the statement of we are in financial crisis, and I do paraphrase here, he said, we don't have a solution. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what financial crisis looks like, when those that should have a solution are openly and publicly admitting that they don't. Well, we had already realized this half a decade ago, and we realized that no one was coming to our rescue. This is not something that is debatable, it's now accepted. We as the individuals on the ground are the ones that are going to have to come to our own rescue in South Africa. And we needed to build a tool to facilitate that. Why? To survive as a corporate naturally, because if everybody collapses in an economic heap, so will we. But 2, because, well, nobody else was doing it. We needed to create a tool that was not like something you had seen before. It wasn't one that was going to ask you to sell or to present or to drag stock around. No, it was simply going to be a tool that was built with 21st century technology in the 21st century. and it was going to ask you to do very simple things to create a change in your economic circumstances. We called the tool in the system we created the DuePoint system. It asked you simply to connect South Africans to us using our technology. You've all got the technology already. We're going to just help you unlock it this evening. By connecting South Africans to us, not selling to them, not presenting to them, not delivering stock to them, none of that, no, that's all 1990s old-fashioned tools. By simply connecting South Africans to us, you allow us as the insurance company to reach a greater market. With a greater market, we're able to create greater revenue, and from that, we're able to create wealth for you. You see, we're not a cash business. We don't deal in cash because cash has not helped us in the past. This is the one thing South Africans run around and after all the time is cash, put it in my hands. How long does cash last in your hands? It doesn't last more than, well, let's look, it's Thursday night. Probably if I put cash in your hands, it would be here until Saturday lunch, wouldn't it? That's how long it would last. Cash does not create permanent economic change. It might be relief in the moment, but that's all it is. You go straight back into your economic circumstances once it disappears. That is not what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to achieve permanent economic change, and therefore we needed to create wealth, not cash. What is wealth? Wealth is recurring income. It's income that's there even when you're not working on it or for it. Now that's interesting, because even your salary is not wealth. The moment you stop working, don't go to work next month. See what happens. They're not going to pay your salary, okay, because that's not wealth. Wealth is income that's there even when you can't work on it. Wealth is there when you're sick in hospital, when you're lying on the beach. It's income that flows in every single month. How did we create that? We created it off of the back of our financial services products. We're an insurance company. We've been doing this a long time. We know how to do this. All of our products run on automatic debit orders. That means that every month, no matter what you're doing, our debit orders raise, product payments come in, and we're now able to create a continuous flow of recurring income to you. This has a number of characteristics that you do not currently have in your economic circumstance. First of all, it's recurring income no matter what you're doing. But second of all, it starts to create other freedoms in your life. You've heard about time freedom. Well, that's one thing it will give you, but it gives you opportunity freedom as well. When you know there's income coming in reliably and steadily, you are now equipped with opportunity to do other things. This is how we begin to change the economy that we live in South Africa. Folks, we created it in South Africa as well. That's important to know. People come in here and go, yeah, but you don't understand my circumstances. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we know your circumstances very well. The system and the technology we used is built in your circumstances. You know what your circumstances are. The very first thing you're going to tell me when you walk out of this presentation tonight is, this is excellent, Brendan, but I'm very important and I don't have any time. Am I correct? That was, you were lining it up already for the person that brought you here this evening. Okay, this is all great, but I don't have time. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. All of us don't have any time. You might notice we're all here on a Thursday night when we could be at home or out on Pusa Thursday. You know, we could be doing that. No, none of us have time in South Africa. It's no longer a valid excuse, because all this time you're spending is not making you richer, is it? It's putting you into a poorer and poorer situation. I'm not making that up. Go and read what the economists are saying. We are poorer now than we were 2 decades ago. What does that mean for us? Every year we're getting poorer. We cannot afford to say, I don't have time. We cannot afford to say that. But we built this situation and we built the tool in the circumstances that understand that you don't have time, that you don't know people, that you're not a good salesperson, that you're worried about these things coming and going. 70-year-old insurance company. You know, all of these sorts of things, we built it in there. And so this tool is for you, and it is in and fits into your circumstances, because it was built by South Africans for South Africans. Folks, in addition, it is a system that has been built with protections in it. We know that most South Africans cannot protect what they have. Do you know what that means? It means that whenever a disaster strikes in your life, it is a disaster. It doesn't allow you to bounce back very readily. Well, here, not only do we cover you with our financial services products, which is a risk mechanism most South Africans don't even have, but we give you, as a wealth engineer, for free, our legal access service, which means that going forward, as a wealth engineer, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, anywhere in the country, you have a lawyer at the end of your phone. No matter what circumstance you find yourself in, without paying a cent, as a wealth engineer, you now have a lawyer at the end of your phone. Many more services and benefits are continuously being added to this technology and to the system that you won't pay more for. You don't pay more. They are just added and added. Year after year, we give you greater and greater ability to change the circumstances you are in. You know the circumstances at the moment which you cannot change? You now have the tool to change those circumstances. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you use of this system at no cost at all. By simply being a product owner here at DuePoint, you get free access to everything that is DuePoint. Our offices, our people, our technology, our training, our application forms, our everything. There's no cost for it. Every one of you has been to a presentation before. That's why most of you are looking at me over your right shoulder and elbow at the moment. You know, that look like that. It's a defensive position against schemes and scams. You know this position, huh? That's the one. When you look at me like that, it's because you're worried you're about to spend money. Why? Because in every other presentation you've ever been to, they've said, before you leave the door, or better yet, before we unlock the door, you are going to have to swipe your credit card here, or put cash in, or buy the starter kit, or pay for the training, buy the textbooks. You've been to all of those, haven't you? This evening that won't be happening. The doors are unlocked and there are no credit card machines waiting for you. The use of the system does not cost you anything. We wish to create wealth, not to create further poverty. When we say you've never seen anything like DuePoint before, that is in fact a factual statement. It is not a marketing statement. You have never seen anything like the DuePoint system before. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a system that allows everybody in South Africa, no matter your educational qualification, to do this because you're not salespeople. You're not employees of ours, you're not advisors or reps or intermediaries or brokers. You're none of these things. You're simply using a piece of technology to connect people to us. That means you can build an asset, a real asset. What's an asset? Something you can price and sell. That's what you can do with your channels here at DuePoint. Something that is going to outlive you is a real asset. When you die, your car doesn't die with you, does it? Or your house, that doesn't die with you. No. Here at DuePoint, when you die, your channel and the income it was producing for you during your life doesn't die either. It is automatically transferred to your children, and you become an intergenerational wealth creator in your family. You're not running around selling bits and pieces or speculating online or whatever it might be, and the moment you die, that all disappears. No. Here is something that will not only change the economic circumstances of your life, it will change the economic circumstances of your children and children's children thereafter. We can make that statement because we're not a 5-minute-old company. We're a 7-decade-old company. We have already transcended the generations, and we will continue to do so, and now we empower you to change the economy we live in by building wealth that spans more than just your generation. You stop me at some point when you see anything that looks like anything else you've seen in the South African economy this evening. That is what you are witnessing this evening. And we've built this system so simple that every single South African can use it. If you know how to tap your phone, you know how to connect people to us. Now, I know that most of you know how to tap your phones because you're doing it while I'm presenting this evening. You're not even looking at me. So I know that you know how to connect people by tapping your phone with us. As you do it this evening and beyond, you'll connect others to us. Those people will see these presentations, watch our technology, use it, and continue to connect other people. This is not a difficult job. It is not something that is sinister or underhanded. It is simply equipping South Africans with a piece of technology. As they do that, your platform of distribution, and you can see how it grows. This is actually how channels grow here at DuePoint. Allow us then as the insurance company to come along and then facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this platform you created. You don't do any of that. That's what we do. And as a result of that, we're then able to put you in a position of wealth creation. We distribute wealth to you out of that platform in 2 ways. Firstly, through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made every month that those payments are made. So to make it simple, you're going to connect a few people. They'll take a product, make a payment, and you'll get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's R55, not once. Every month going forward that product is paid for. Now, you don't have to run back to your friends every single month like you've had to with all these other things that have blown through here and beg them to buy. No, our system automatically raises the debit orders every month, and your income flows in every month. Our products don't wear out. You don't consume them. They don't break. They are delivered perfectly and instantaneously 24 hours a day anywhere in the nation. And you're able to now start controlling your income. The more products these individuals take, the more multiples of that 55 Rand you'll get. 2 products, 110 Rand. 3 products, 165 Rand. And so on and so on. Every month you have now got a stream of income. Not cash in your hand that vanishes, but a stream of income. These folks are going to go out and connect a few more people. When they take products and pay for them again, you're going to get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. You've been here for 5 minutes. You've connected a handful of people in this example, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year. This is your hobby. You don't quit your job to do this. You've just picked up a piece of technology this evening, and in no time at all, you're up to $1,000 a month. It's great when you have a hobby that pays. Very few people have hobbies that pay. Most people's hobbies cost them money. If those of you who cycled the 94.7, it was probably an expensive day for you, wasn't it? Getting the bike fixed and all of them, the entry fee and all that. That's what hobbies do. This hobby does the opposite. This is a piece of technology that off the back of very little effort will start creating a little bit of wealth for you. But maybe you want more than 1,000 Rand a month. Well, then spend some time and some energy in connecting more of the 57 million South Africans waiting for an economic solution. As you connect more, you can create an income of any amount. I've had a few people make the mistake of believing that this is just a little bit, you can make a little bit of money. No, this is the most powerful income creation tool in the country. It can create for you a bigger income than you've ever earned in your life or your career, and bigger than you can possibly even dream. All it requires is your time. Now that's the one thing South Africans don't like giving. Many people ask me the question, but how come we got all these South Africans running from the one scheme to the next scam and the next thing, and they're just losing their money? There's lots of victims in South Africa. There's always victims, you know. They took my money, I lost 84,000 Rand, and then, okay. It was a wonderful radio show 2 weeks ago on Power FM. Go and look it up on pyramid schemes and scams. And all the victims, and one of the victims called in and had long discussions with the DJ, and then the DJ worked out, hang on, you're not a victim, you actively and proactively participate in these things. And he said, why do you do it? And she said, well, as long as they promise me I'll be rich, I'll give them my money. But they mustn't ask me to work. Don't ask me to work, because if I have to work, then I'm not interested. I want you just to promise that I'll be rich soon. And she's been handing her cash over, and these things come and go, taking her money like a conveyor belt away from her. Folks, I'm going to be dead serious with you this evening. If you would like to be wealthy beyond your dreams, then this is the place to be. However, you are going to work. So if you don't want to work, this is definitely not the place for you. But if you would like to permanently change your economic circumstances for your own generation and the generations after you, and you're willing to do some work, then here you can build any income you like. We do not cut you off at any point. As long as you qualify to earn, you can earn on any point in your channel. And with our ability to create a reliable, lifetime, steadfast income, you're able to permanently change your circumstances with us like nothing that you have ever had in your hands before. We demonstrate the power of this tool too in a very simple example. You can grow at any rate you like. You can connect as many people as you like. But we use a simple example here just to show you the power of this tool. It's called 3+2, and it asks you to do 3 people connected in your first month and 2 every month thereafter. Looking at most of you, I can see that you're busy and you don't have time, but I can also see that you would find the time to tap your phone 3 times in a month. Could you tap your phone 3 times in an entire month? You've just done it about 30 times since the presentation started. So I'm imagining that you could do 3 in a month. That's what we're going to ask you to do in your first month. Connect 3 solid paying people to us. Then we're going to ask you to connect 2 paid people a month thereafter. So we even slow the level down for you thereafter. Then using data of people, tens of thousands of wealth engineers that have been building wealth here at DuePoint for the last half decade, we then demonstrate to you what you can reasonably expect to earn. This is not fun with Excel. This is based on actual experience here at DuePoint. Do it for 6 months. 3 in your first month, 2 every month thereafter, and based on our mathematics and data, you should be on about 2,500 Rand a month. Now, that's not a lot of money, but you've only been connecting 2 people a month. Remember, I really dumbed this thing down because you don't have any time, you don't know people, you're bad at selling, you don't remember all these things that you were telling me before we started tonight. Okay, good. Right, that's why we dumbed it down. You just have to do 2 people. Okay, do 2 people for 6 months, you're earning 30,000 Rand a year with us here at DuePoint. That's a wonderful hobby to have. 2.5 grand coming every month. How would Christmas 2020 look for you if you had an extra 30,000 rand? Well, that's already starting to change stuff, isn't it? For you to see the difference between me giving you the 30,000 rand today in cash and me putting it in at 2,500 rand increments every month going forward. Do it for another, do it for another 6 months. Over here, you've done it for 1 year with us. That's this time next year. You're going into the December holidays next year, and the 2.5 has become 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. That means in 1 year's time, connecting 2 solid paid people a month with us, you have engineered for yourself an income of around 120,000 rand a year. 120. How does that change your circumstances? What is it like to earn just 10 grand a month? You see, the lady on the radio show was saying, no. Unless you show me, or at least promise me, that I'll be on 100,000 rand a month in 3 months, I'm not interested. So they said, oh, no, you can be on 1 million rand in 3 months. Can I have your 5,000 rand, please? Yes, poof, gone. What number would you like me to promise you this evening? You know, we can make promises, or we can demonstrate to you the reality of creating permanent wealth. The reality of permanent wealth is if you put a little bit of effort in, you get a little bit of output. Put more effort in, and you get more output in our system. That's how our system works, input, output. Do another year with us, 2 years. You haven't changed anything. You're still only connecting 2 people a month, still too busy, still don't know people, still bad at selling, all of that normal stuff. 2 years of being with us. And that 9 to 10 becomes 27 to 30,000 on average. On average. Okay, this is what we've experienced here at DuePoint already. 360,000 rand a year. Most of you don't earn that. I can say that as a fact because SARS tells me, the taxman tells me, that only 1/3 of South Africans earn that much. That means at least 2/3 of you in this room don't. And you can create it in 2 years with us. Do it for 3 and it becomes 40,000. Do it for 4 and it becomes 60,000. Do it for half a decade with us and it becomes somewhere between 80 and 100,000 rand a month. That's 1 million rand a year. You've done it in 5 years, you're now in the top 0.5% of earners. 5 years seems like a long time, but let's really understand what 5 years is. How long have you worked in your careers for, guys? How many years have you worked for an employer? Did you ever get to 80 or 100,000 rand? No. So when you tell DuePoint, no, it takes too long to earn, I say, well, then why haven't you told your boss that? You're all going back there tomorrow, aren't you? Go and tell him, this is rubbish. I've been working at 20 years, and this is too slow. Go and tell him that. Okay. Don't tell DuePoint that 5 years is too slow. It is breakneck speed. Breakneck. To get you from 0 to 1 million rand a year in 60 months is breakneck speed. There is nothing like it in the country when you are connecting 2 people a month to us. Imagine if you connected more. What would that look like? Well, we show you people across the spectrum here at DuePoint that are going slowly, going medium, and going quickly. This is not one of those things where we've got dancing girls and fireworks and American celebrities and music and all that. You might have noticed the lack of that. No, we show you everything. This is what your life could look like here at DuePoint. And every month we put 2 or 3 people up. Out of the tens of thousands of people using the tool, we just put 2 or 3 up and we show you and then we record it and it's there permanently for you to view. This last couple of weeks we had a Peter and Rena Kluti, both of them are here in the audience, so I have to tell the truth. I can't lie about them. They're here to be witness. Okay? They've been with us for 3.5 years. Over the 3.5 years, there was at least 2 years that you told me where you did nothing. Busy with life. Busy with life. All the things that you're busy with, they were busy with. Okay, the tool was on their shelf, just sitting there doing nothing. And then they said, no, come on, we need to get cracking. Picked up the tool, and over the last couple of months have bought themselves a channel worth 8,000 rand a month. That's a channel worth 96,000 rand a year. 96,000 rand. What is it like to get 8 grand a month extra? You get your salary, and around about the 17th of the month, we put 8 grand in your bank account. Does that start to change circumstances? Yeah. Did you have to go on a big selling course? Did you have to pay for the training, buy a big starter kit tonight of stuff you're never going to use? No. You just picked up the tool, got over all the things that hold you back, and went out and started connecting people using our technology. That's all you did. And 18 months later, maybe, you're on 9, 10, 20,000 rand a month. We then had Philip Fourie up with us. Philip Fourie's down in the West Cape, but I think he's moved into the Eastern Cape now. He's gone to Port Elizabeth. He's been with us for 9 months. That's not very long. We work in years here at DuePoint. He's been here for 9 months. 9 months, he doesn't connect 2 people a month. No. Those of you who follow our Movers and Shakers report once a month would know that he does somewhere between 30 and 70 people a month, not 2. You see, you can choose how you want to use this tool. And in his 9 months, he's built a channel that's worth $250,000 a year. In 9 months, what does 20 grand a month do for you? What does that do for you? How does that change your life? Do you want to be earning more? You can earn more. We have people that earn more. And we have people that have been building here for a long time, year after year, so that their lives look very different from what they were when they started and very different from yours. They have economic freedom. They have control. And they have changed their economic circumstances in an economy that hasn't done anything to help them. All of this you can find on our YouTube channel. I told you we're a public company. Everything you need to know about us is public. Go to YouTube, search DuePoint, and you will find the testimonies of all the people over the years that have built wealth with us. Go and listen to them. And some people have said in the past, no, these are just actors. Well, there's a lot of them. There is a lot of actors here at DuePoint if these are actors. And we're certainly going to be spending way more money than we would on the actors. So go and watch their stories, real stories. You will hear in them all the circumstances you have and how this tool has not stopped because of their circumstances. It has pulled them out of the circumstances that they had that they said was the reason they couldn't use the tool. It's pulled them out of those circumstances. That's the first way we create wealth for you. The second way we do it is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program is our training program. We're going to teach you how to do this. As we teach you how to do this and you do the training, you accumulate in our system what's called XP points, experience points. Can't be taken away from you. Can't take somebody's experience away. As they accumulate and your channel grows, you will meet criteria in our training program and you will be rewarded in the training. This is the best training program in the country. When you do training at work, what do you get? You get a pen and a pad and a name tag. That's what they give you for doing the training. Here, you get all sorts of things. It starts with a bit of cash. As you rank up in our training program, the cash gets more and more and more. At rank 5, we give you a pro toolkit of all the things you're going to need to accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 7, we give you a set of imported, custom-made, gold-leafed business cards. As far as I'm concerned, they're the only ones of their type in the country. When you give people with real gold business cards, they start. It's not like that thing online, where they give. No, here it is, real gold leaf business cards. People start to pay real attention to you. And rank 9, for those that have put some effort in and some time in and have created a channel of rank 9 size and XP points, we take them away with their families every year for the rest of their lives as long as they maintain their channel size. 5-star, business class, all expenses paid. So all the things you've seen and all the other things, we got rid of all of that. And we said, no, we're not going to have T's and C's. If you make it to rank 9, we'll take you and your family away. 5-star, all expenses paid. We pick you up at your house and we deliver you there back a week later. We go when it's expensive and hot. We go in December. We're leaving in exactly 14 days for our next rank 9 trip with our rank 9s and above. It's not our first trip, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of many. I don't have to show you pictures that I pulled off the internet of holiday destinations and, all of those sorts of things you see on these other things. No. I'll show you real rank 9s with their families, their spouses, their children, all with us going to different locations every year. This year we're going to a new location, Latouz Rock in Mauritius. It's a 5-star deluxe hotel. You can go look it up afterwards. And in 14 days' time, our rank 9s and their families will be climbing into their business class seats to go to a brand new location and build memories like the ones they've built before. Are you coming with? These are the kinds of things that we hope to add to the circumstance-changing life that wealth engineers will live with us here at DuePoint. The kind of thing where it's not a T's and C's exercise the whole time. It's I got there, I achieved wealth, and I'm now living a life of wealth. A kind of life that most are just not living in South Africa today. We want to equip them to do it. But we will need you to do the work. We will need you to put the time in, because this is permanency. It's not this flash in the pan stuff that takes your money but makes false promises to you. This promise is you're going to have to put the time in. But we have a growing group of people who are going, but I'm happy to do that. I go to work every day and I put a whole lot of effort in and I get poorer. Why should I not be putting that sort of effort in over the same length of time and make myself wealthier every time I do it? That's the understanding we're hoping to transfer. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded, it's not financed from us, it's not rented from us, and we don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car in your name. It's a tool of wealth. And we're not hoping that someone eventually reaches rank 11. No, we've already delivered. There are people that are already there. So you might be looking at this going, oh man, I wish it could be me. There's been there people who sat in this auditorium and went, I wish that could be me, and then have got their cars. And in fact, just this last week, one of our wealth engineers went rank 11. You can see it on Facebook. We announced it, I think, on Tuesday after the Monday consolidation. Someone else has now got a car from DuePoint. Is it going to be your turn next? Or are you going to just watch everybody else do it? These are important questions for us as South Africans to be asking. Do we continue to watch, or do we start to participate? You can see and follow our delivery of this car on our Facebook page and on our broadcasts over the next couple of weeks. So it's just exciting. And when you talk to this particular couple who've just made rank 11, they'll tell you how life has changed for them. They'll tell you from starvation almost and losing everything to a life now which is just not a concern anymore. Folks, we build all of this wealth over the back of our financial services products. Like I said right at the beginning, there's no magic formula here. It is our financial services products that create the wealth in the system. There are 5 products available at the moment. Our first is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month. For 324 Rand, you get 2 independent products, a very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's R1 million worth of personal accident cover for 249 Rand a month. No waiting periods, no maximum age limits, no medical examinations or declarations. Everybody can be covered here at DuePoint and be involved in our system. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It is starts at 299 Rand a month. You've got a host of options from that point upwards. 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, 5 or 10 family members on the plan with you, and you as the principal member get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. So when you pass away, we actually settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt for you. Our fourth product is our Legal Guard legal expenses insurance product. You get 250,000 Rands worth of legal expenses covered per incident for 249 Rand a month. Now, what does that do for you? Remember, you get our legal access service as a wealth engineer at no cost. That puts a lawyer at the end of your phone. Our Legal Guard product puts the lawyer in your room for retrenchment cases, CCMA cases, labor court cases, civil cases, debt counseling, trauma counseling. Everything is amazing. Contractual reviews, drawing up contracts for you, everything you need is all built into this product. One of the finest, we believe, in the country. Our fifth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month for that product. For that product, you get access to all of our corporate suppliers. As a 7-decade-old multi-billion Rand insurance company, people are coming to us all the time offering us prices, services, packages, VIP account managers, all sorts of things like that. You get them as a member of our Wealth Points Buyers Club, and it helps to adjust your economic position. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday at 10 o'clock, we're revealing 2 new suppliers that will be added to the list of suppliers in this product. I encourage you to be here. They're going to have huge displays outside in advance of Black Friday, and you might be able to get some very, very special prices out of them this weekend. So make sure you are here when we do that reveal this weekend. Every one of our products has a full, comprehensive review video. So even if you battle to read, you can watch any one of our videos on our products. They're on our website and on our YouTube channel and in our app, and you can see every detail about every one of our products, understanding how to get the maximum benefit out of our products, let alone the tool. At DuePoint, it's not just about making the money. You've got best-in-class products with us here. We are, after all, an insurance company. Folks, we wrap our entire business in what we call our Achiever Quest. Our Achiever Quest is here to get you going quickly and to sustain you as you build your wealth with us. It says in every calendar month, if you can connect 10, 20, or 30 people to your channel and have them paid in the same calendar month, we will boost your earnings by 5, 10, or 15,000 Rand. Folks, this happens every month. It means in your first month with us, you can earn a minimum of 5,000 Rand. And it means that every month thereafter, where you do it, month after month, which we have many wealth engineers doing, you can create for yourself an incredible annual income. Imagine 5 times 12. That's 60,000 Rand a year you can create. And let alone your returns and rewards I've been talking about all night long. This is in addition. So, you know, it's great to have a salary, but it's even better to get a Christmas bonus. Here you can have your returns and your rewards and you can get that Christmas bonus. 5 grand every single month. 10 grand is 120,000 Rand a year. 15 is 180,000 Rand a year. You have the power to do that simply by connecting people every calendar month and getting them paid in the same month. You have the power to immediately start changing your circumstances with us. As I've said to you before, you can find out everything you need to know about Constantia and DuePoint online and in public. Go to the JSC's website. Look us up under Conduit Capital. You'll find us listed on the JSE. Go to Constantia's website and you'll find the financial statements there, the directors, BEE status, whatever it is you need is all publicly displayed to you. Go to the regulators' websites. There are 9 regulators that look after us. 9. Anybody who runs a business knows what it's like to have 1 regulator look after you. We have 9. Okay, interesting that. 9, you can go to their websites, look us up there. Go to the FSCA's website and you will find our long-term and our short-term licenses. And you'll also find all of our FSP licenses, not 1 license, multiple licenses that you can find about Constantia and DuePoint there. If you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, super simple, you're going to have to do 4 things for me. Firstly, you're going to have to go to our website, dewpoint.net, read what you want, watch the videos, everything's there, click join and apply, fill out the form, less than 3 minutes and you are a wealth engineer, not a single cent having departed from your pockets. And this evening, you will have the tool and will be able to begin connecting individuals to us. But you'll need our technology first. So step number 2 is you've got to download our app. It's free. The app is free. Download it onto your phones and you are now in your hands is the technology that we have created. Then you need to learn how to use it. None of you know how to use our technology, so I encourage you not to run out and go, oh, I'm going to just tell everybody, but you don't even know how the tech works. Folks, open up the app, click Tools in the bottom right-hand corner, and your Getting Started videos are right there. 3 or 4 videos that you can watch this evening before bed that will give you the understanding of what you need to do to connect South Africans to us. If you haven't watched the videos, you can't come to us and say, but how does this thing work again? I'm telling you how this thing works. You open the app, you push Tools, and you watch the videos. And then you know how this thing works. Okay, watch the videos, you're on top of it from there. And then you go out and do that one thing that you're going to do. That's it. The one thing you're going to do here at DuePoint, and that is connect people using that technology. Once you've connected 3 people, you start earning. You can have connected 3 people by lunch tomorrow if you want. And then your earnings begin, and it starts from that point. You are now in the position to pick this tool up with us here. Folks, this Saturday morning, we're going to be doing our last development seminar for 2019. Every month we do a training session. It's world-class training that you pay 5 grand for a ticket for. No, you don't. You don't pay for anything at DuePoint. You get world-class training absolutely for free. We teach you about everything, as I've said to you before. And here, this particular weekend, we're going to be looking at the march of time across 2019 and into 2020. And we're going to get you properly equipped to tackle the start of the 3rd decade in the 21st century with us. I encourage all of you to be here. It's going to be at 10 o'clock. If you're in Gauteng, you need to be in this room. If you're outside Gauteng, we will then accept that you tune in live, unless you can get an air ticket and fly up. That would also be good. But we'll accept you watching us live at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Be here. We'll also be announcing those 2 new supplies at the 10 o'clock presentation. 11 o'clock, we'll be doing the dev seminar. I want you to be there to watch it. It's going to be an amazing morning. Everything you need for DuePoint is online. You want to watch our live nationwide broadcasts Tuesday through Saturdays, go to YouTube. YouTube is your friend. Then if you need to follow us on social media or you want content, if you like social media, we produce content for you every single day. You can find it on our Facebook page. Those of you who battle with data, you've got two choices. You can go to our online store and buy one of our USB sticks with all of our introduction presentations and training and all of that on. You just plug it in your TV or computer and you're watching us with no data. Or alternatively, you go and listen to our podcasts rather than watching our videos. You'll find all the important stuff is in podcasts as well. Folks, everything you need we have put together here at DuePoint. You can find us, you can see us, you can call our client service team from Monday to Friday and have answers to all of your questions. You have not seen anything like DuePoint before. This evening, we ask you to pick up the tool and work with us as we become the economic solution to South Africa. That is what we are becoming. This is not something new, and this is now proven already to work in South Africa. It's just your turn this evening to pick this tool up and to start doing the work of connecting people to us. Folks, if you've got questions and concerns, that's completely natural. We're here. Come and ask us those questions. Those of you watching online, call client service tomorrow or any other working day, or talk to the person who connected you this evening. They should be able to answer your questions. All of the questions that people ask are already in training videos in your app. You can go and watch them as we discuss them. But we want you to have the right perspective of what DuePoint is, not your own. Your own perspective is incorrect. Now we're filling information in for you. That'll help you change your perspective and understand better what we've created here. Come and get whatever pieces of information are missing, and then pick up this tool and get cracking. We've got another presentation tomorrow at 12:15. Broadcast live. It's a great opportunity for connecting people because we know by lunchtime tomorrow, everyone's at work in body, but no longer in spirit. We know that. So tomorrow at lunchtime at 12:15 at the office, gather your friends around. By then you'll already be a wealth engineer and you can tune into our live broadcast and start connecting people in at 12:15. Then Saturday at 10 and 11, and then you've got Sunday as well to be connecting people. By Monday morning, you're wealthier than you were when you started this presentation this evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see you at 12:15 tomorrow.